The UN has confirmed today that the evacuation of civilians from a steelworks plant in the besieged city of Mariupol is underway. The Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelenskyy says over 100 people are on their way to Ukraine-controlled territory. In the country's capital, Kyiv, Nancy Pelosi, Speaker of the US House of Representatives, has met with Ukraine's president in a show of continuing support for Ukraine. Speaker Pelosi thanked him for his fight for freedom.
A glimmer of hope for those trapped in the besieged Azovstal plant in Mariupol. The UN has confirmed today that an evacuation from the factory is underway. Dozens of people managed to escape, but hundreds of civilians remain in the steelworks, the only part of Mariupol still controlled by Ukrainian troops. Not much is left of it after weeks of relentless bombardment. Like elsewhere in the city, barbarously bombed and destroyed, as Mariupol has been described by Pope Francis. Speaking to the thousands gathered in St. Peter's Square in the Vatican, he requested that safe humanitarian corridors be arranged for the people in Azovstal. In Kyiv, US House Speaker Nancy Pelosi met with the Ukrainian president and thanked him for the country's fight for freedom.
We are on a frontier of freedom, and that your fight is a fight for everyone. And so our commitment is to be there for you until the fight is done.
President Zelenskyy called the United States a leader in supporting his country in the war. It comes as the US Congress promised to approve an additional $33 billion of aid for Ukraine as soon as possible. Meanwhile, Russia said it destroyed a depot with weapons supplied by the US and Europe at a military airfield near Odessa. Military facilities were on fire in Russia, said the governor of the Belgorod region bordering Ukraine, with this footage emerging on social media. A week after Orthodox Easter, people across Ukraine are visiting cemeteries to remember the dead. This annual tradition is especially poignant this year, as there are too many new graves. Tanya Royd, Virgin Media News.